Hello guys, today I'm gonna paint these pink shoes with see-through black socks. Time-lapse of this video in Insta got almost 4 million of views, so I decided to share with you the tutorial of painting it. For this painting I'm gonna use yellow ochre, alizarin crimson and black color, also lavender. And that's all. You will need 4 colors. And as for the brushes, I'm gonna use number 4 by Escoda Reserva and number 4 by Silver Brush Black Velvet. So I'm gonna start by mixing a skin color tone. I'm gonna use yellow ochre, alizarin crimson and lavender. Make sure you add enough water so the color will be light and almost transparent. I'm using a palette for this purpose and I'm just mixing these 3 colors until I will receive the right color for the skin tone. Sometimes color differs from the palette and the paper, so use some piece of paper to try which color you received. So I found mine and I will start with putting on first layer. I will take the Escoda Reserva brush and I will just fill legs with the color that I received for the skin tone. So now I'm gonna start with painting shoes. For this I will use alizarin crimson, and for the darker shades I will mix alizarin crimson and black colors. Make sure that you use palette because it's better with watercolor to add water to the color and to get the consistency that you need for the painting. So again, I'm trying my color on the piece of paper just to take a look if I got the right consistency and the color. So you can see I have 2 colors for the lighter parts and for the shades. So here you can see light parts of the shoes filled with alizarin crimson, and the darker parts will be filled with alizarin crimson and black color. So I'm starting by putting some light color on the light parts of the shoes. Make sure that you start to work on the second layer once your first layer got dry. Otherwise, the colors on the paper can mix with each other. As you can see, it's not a big deal, it's okay because it looks artistic, but if you want to have more control over it, you have to wait until the first layer will get dry totally. So I'm putting in darker shades to one shoe where it goes behind the one that we see in front of it. So it looks more real, more realistic. And I starting to do the same with another shoe. I start to put light color and fill all of the surface of the shoe with this color. I like to use this silver brush because it has really pointed end and it helps to make thin lines and to control your painting better. So now I'm starting to put some darker shades to the shoe so it will look more realistic. I don't wait until the layer will dry because now it's important that colors will mix on the paper. So now I can move back to the first shoe because as you can see the color got a little lighter. It happens with watercolor when it gets dry, so I put another layer to make it more bright. And I put some black line to underline the sole of the shoe. Thus it will look more graphic, more realistic, and it will just look nicer. I also start to paint in heel. As you can see it in the darker area, so it has to be dark. So we use the shade color of the shoe. So it's mix of the alizarin crimson and black color. So now I will start to paint the see-through socks. For this purpose, I will mix black color with water on the palette. And I take a lot of color on the brush and I just start to fill up the sock surface. So you can see that it looks very transparent because it's watercolor itself. It's quite transparent since it has a lot of water. So here you can also analyze where the darkest and the lightest area of this object. You should ask yourself always when you're painting where are the darkest and the lightest parts. So it helps to build a realistic image. And also I put some contrast next to the shoe, so it will pop up and will look more bright. So as you can see, I'm doing basically the same with the second leg and the second sock. And now I'm putting a little bit more intense color behind the shoe. So as I told you before, it will look more bright because you underline the shades. And we are almost done. Now I'm gonna put some polka dots on the socks to make it more fashionable, nice. Always adding some details makes picture to look more interesting. And now I'm adding some back of the shoe, so it will also look more realistic. I use alizarin crimson as I used for the shoes. And now it's time to add some final details. I fill the heel with the darker shade, so it will look behind the shoe. And I add some more shades behind the shoe on the leg. And for some of the artistic effects, you can make some splashes. You just take a little bit of color and splash it around your artwork. So here we go, our artwork is done and I hope that you like the result. And thanks for watching. Please tag me on Instagram if you're gonna share your artworks made by this tutorial. Please follow me on Insta and have a good day.